Nito, we're in it.
We're in it. We're in it. So wait, tell me what was it you were texting us about the other day?
Huh?
You were texting us about like you saw some folks, some guys we know from high school. You saw.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yesterday, it was actually a wild turn of events. I was working St. Patrick's Day, the parade. St. Patrick's Day, the parade. I was working that yesterday, and out of the corner of my eye, I like see some dudes, or like one dude that we like went to high school with, and I was just like, "Oh no, that's not him." And then I looked harder, and I was like, "Oh, it's all of them. It's like 3 or 4 of them." And then I was just like, "All right, I'm turning around now. Like, cool. Like, all right, cool. They're leaving. Like, it's breakout. They're probably leaving." And then I ended up moving to the other stage that I was working later in the day when the actual parade started. And then like on like they were like whatever the float was, or like this like little stage where people were sitting that were in the parade were like sitting, they all were like congregated at for like 3 straight hours. So wow. I'm just like in the corner by the stage, just like, all right, I'm looking at this wall for about the next 2.5 hours.
They didn't approach you, or?
No, I don't think they noticed me because I also had a hat and a mask on. I didn't have the mask on for like COVID reasons. I had it because it was so fucking cold out, and I was like,
"Do you have like a beanie on?"
Yeah, I had like a beanie on. My hair was down. Like I basically like the only part of my face that was showing was this, and I even had like a neck thing on.
Could have put like sunglasses on.
That's so funny. All those guys still live in St. Louis, and they think going to like St. Louis cold ass St. Patrick's Day is like a good time. It's just so
I mean,
funny.
you know, there's parts of it where I'm just like, respect, you know, you guys are having some fun. And I'm not, so I'll give you that. But also, yeah, it was just like one of those things where I was like, I really don't want to get into a conversation right now.
I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's a thing called social battery, and it runs out rather fast.
It runs out rather fast.
And it recharges slow.
It recharges.
I have a very slow recharge rate.
Yeah, same.
That's the thing. Like, I have high rocket fuel. I can probably grind out shit harder than anybody, but my recharge rate is slow.
High octane.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm in a valley right now. I'm trying to get back up. Of just
You're working a lot, right?
Yeah, I'm in like a good amount. I'm just like, yeah, it's just one of those. It's just one of those periods, you know, where I just got to figure it out.
Yeah, like I feel like I can really focus and lock in on high pressure shit and grind shit out, but I can't do that all the time.
No,
I'm very protective of my recharge time. For sure.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. It's like, it's weird because I'm hitting that point again where I can't just like sit down and just like relax. And it's pretty unchill. So
it's not good. I make sure to do that every night.
Yeah. But yeah, you know,
I make sure to lay flat on a bed.
I make sure to lay flat and not think about anything but chilling for
you need time to unwind. That's what I hope this podcast is for a lot of people. Just something they can unwind to.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it is, but you know, I think it is. That email we got where the girl was like, "You're so boring, and I love it. You're like my boring boyfriend's friends."
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like, thank you. I take pride in that.
That means a lot. It really does.
Yeah. Just means we're a couple talkers. Just a couple speechers.
Man. No, I'm chilling today, man. Trisha's on tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's on tour. She was in Pittsburgh last night.
Very cool.
I don't know where she is today, but it's let me pull up. It's Nudes. If you guys aren't aware, Nudes. If you follow me on socials, a link to them, is in my bio. You can check them out, their music, but also their Instagram is @nudesband. It's my girlfriend's band.
You should spell that.
Oh yeah, NOODS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's important.
It's not regular.
NOODS band. But
like short for noodles.
Right. They were in Philadelphia on Friday, Pittsburgh last night. Today, I don't know where they are. It says to be announced. I'm assuming there is a show though, since there's a date. Monday they'll be in Peoria, Illinois, actually. Funny enough. The 15th they'll be in Lawrence, Kansas. The 17th the 17th through the 19th they'll be at South by Southwest.
Oh, killer.
What?
They're doing
they're playing there? That's tight.
320 they will be in Dallas, Texas. And then they have TBA dates for the 22nd and 23rd, and then the 24th they're going to be in DC at the Quarry House Tavern.
Sheesh.
Or Quarry, whichever one. And then on the 25th they'll be in Brooklyn at Brooklyn Public House, and that'll be fun.
Nice.
Brooklyn Public House is dope. It's a cool venue. It's actually walking distance from my apartment too.
Oh, that's sick.
You'll be able to go to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
That's a tour though. So that's like
it's a tour
over a month.
Yeah, they got a tour manager, they got a label, they got a whole thing. They're a legit band. Okay, all my friends' bands are legit. Lobby Boxer, legit band. Okay, touring band. But yeah, shout out to Nudes. So they'll be in somewhere tonight. I don't know where, but yeah, I've just been on the solo tip. I mean, there's no one in this apartment right now. So,
yeah, that's.
So if anyone wants to sneak in and kill me, now would be the best time to do it.
HMU
and kill me.
Trish won't be here to defend me.
HMU. Yeah, Trish won't be here to kill you if you try to attack me. It's so funny because I like when we moved in here, the bed got placed. So there's a bed. Our bedroom has 3 doors in it. So one door leads to this office, and then there's 2 doors on either side of the bed. One leads to a closet, and then one leads to the hallway. And I basically, like, when we moved in, Trish just chose one. She chose one side of it, and she chose the one that was closest to the hallway. The other one is like our closet, which has a bunch of shit in it, and then it also has a door to the hallway. Mm-hmm. And so one day I was explaining, I'm like, you chose the side that's most easy to kill someone on. Like, if someone breaks in, they'll just kill you first. And it's like, if someone breaks in on the other door, they're going to have to, there's like a mirror leaned up against the door. It'll make a bunch of sound and I'll be up and be able to defend myself by that point. So you're easiest to kill out of, like, I was breaking this down for her. She's like, no. I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. If someone walked in, you're the first person, you're the closest person. Yeah. But,
it will happen.
Hate to break it to you, Scott. That will happen. And that will happen. But yeah, I love walking through those scenarios. She's like, no, I would use you as a human shield. I'm like, no, they would get you first. They would get you first.
Get you.
So funny.
That's funny.
She's
into that. She's into like, watching like crime stuff about murder and stuff like that, right? So
yeah, that TikTok I made was after I was watching her watch Worst Roommate Ever. Have you seen that, Max?
Which one?
Worst Roommate Ever?
No, I've been meaning to check that out though.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty interesting show. It's like
good stuff.
Yeah, it's like basically exactly what it sounds like, but it's like, crime.
It's crime.
Have you ever witnessed? Since St. Louis is a crimey city, have you ever? I mean, apart from you, I think you guys got robbed one, or like you got broken into your van maybe one time or something like that, or like you're one of your homies. But have you ever been crimed on in St. Louis?
I've had my car rifled through a few times because I've forgotten to lock it, which I rarely do.
Right.
But one time I went to a show in the Grove and I came back and someone had gone through all my shit, but I didn't have anything in there. But like my car was a fucking mess. And it was funny because like when I got there, I was like, yo, what? I didn't leave it like I was just like for like the first 10 seconds, I was just like, what happened? Did a tornado like come through here?
I was wilding.
That was crazy. I must have been looking for something. And then
so it was like a mess in there. They left it like it was neat before, and they like left everything.
Like,
just
they pulled all the shit out of all the compartments and like looking for something.
Like, damn, I wasn't searching for anything.
Yeah, I don't remember this.
Hope I found it, whatever it was. Yeah.
So there was that.
That's crazy.
And then I actually had stuff taken from my car one time when I was at work. I was parked out back when I was still working, when Fubar was still open. This is probably like 3 or 4 years ago. Which actually this bums me out. Like, not still, but it bummed me out because I forgot that I had left like 3 or 4 GameCube controllers in my car. And so they took all those. And then
look at what bums you out. I thought you were going to say like a family heirloom or keepsake or something.
I mean, I had those since I was like fucking 8. So, and they still worked.
I thought it was just some controllers that you had, but
no, they were all of them. They were like all of my GameCube controllers, and then one of my favorite shirts at the time, which was like this like tie-dyed yellow, like ripped, like stylishly ripped like T-shirt that had the Grim Reaper on it, but he had like red bones and it had like sequins on it. Oh
yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, no, that shirt was
peak
epic.
Of fashion.
No, that was probably the most fire thrift find I've ever had in my life. But
yeah, dude.
Yeah. So, but those are the only 2 things that I can think of.
Tony, how about you? Have you ever gotten crimed on those?
Not really. No.
What about in Texas? Any guy with a fucking 10-gallon hat ever pull out a revolver and be like, stick him up to you?
No, sir.
Stick him up.
No, sir. No crime in this community, sir.
One guy stole a bunch of money and weed from my roommate's room in college during a party that we were throwing at our place. That's like the closest that has.
I mean, are you just leaving
him in the act of it?
Oh, wow. What?
Yeah.
Did he give it back?
So I forget which one it was. Like, no. The money ended up disappearing, but like I caught him with the weed and made him put it back, and we kicked him out. He was like blackout drunk, but like I don't know, like
money keep coming in.
I don't know if he was blackout drunk, but he I don't know, like
foreign girls and they twins.
Like it was weird. He was like roommates of a good friend of my roommate. It was weird, but we kicked him out. And
that is weird, man.
It was nuts.
That's weird. Is the weather good in your guys' area? Because it's been like
it's amazing.
Yeah, I bet it is. Fucking my homie, shout out Jack, from my last job. He's. I talked to my coworkers from my last job, like at least 3 of them I talk to still. Mm. Jack, I actually talk to on the phone every week, and he moved to Texas actually, about a little outside Houston. I think he's trying to move somewhere a little bit more rural, maybe north of that. But yeah, he was saying the weather's great. Is it fucked up in St. Louis, Max? Like, because you said it was cold at St. Patty's.
It was fucking freezing yesterday. It was like 14 in the morning. I was outside the whole day, and it was oh my god! I left at the warmest part of the day, which was 35.
Wow!
And
it's a part
today it's supposed to be like 65. So, and for the next 5 days, it's supposed to. We're looking at an upturn.
In New York, it's like every time you have a day where it like gets to 60, 70 degrees in the spring, it's like it'll give you like a couple days where it's like 20 degrees.
Yep.
That was yesterday. Like it was insanely cold last night. There was something about last night where it was like it was one of those nights where you just I'm Ubering. I don't care. I'm not taking the train. I'm not taking the fucking bus. It was so cold. It was insanely cold. It's also very cold today, but anyways.
Anyways. Yeah.
Anyways.
Any hoozle.
Yeah. Hey Tony, shut the fuck up real quick. I forgot something, to be honest.
Oh no. Oh no. What did you forget, man?
I forgot to introduce the podcast.
Connor.
Maybe we need to update that.
I know.
Maybe I need to find a new way of introducing it.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing that for probably over a year straight now.
I feel like I've been doing it ever since like episode like 15 or something.
Yeah, it's
like for a while.
for a minute.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, or not even in between, but out, all, ladies and gentlevems.
Anyone that falls into those specific categories. And
Only the dichotomy.
Correct.
It is Monday, believe it or not, another Monday, and we're here to make it a nice Monday for you. March 14th, 2022. Welcome to another episode of Woke and Boke.
Indeed.
Episode 130 to be exact. I am your host, Connor Boyd, joined as always by my best friends from the Great Gateway to the West, St. Louis, Missouri. First, we have the man with the mug and the hair, and also a lime green shirt. Max Sanza is here. Max, how you fucking doing?
Hello. Hi.
What's your vibe? What's up? How you doing?
You know, I'm figuring it out.
Figuring out what your vibe is?
Figuring it out. I'm trying.
Gotcha.
I'm
Currently
what's the word I'm
assessing
looking for? Yeah, I am. I'm nurturing a vibe back to health. Is what I'm doing. Yeah,
it's a crucial pursuit. Tony. Oh wait, I guess I'm not supposed to just. We also on the show today. I'm fried too. I'm not gonna lie. We also on the show today have a guy who is really, I gotta say, you've stepped up your setup for sure in terms of camera and just how it all looks and it's how it's what it's given.
Yeah,
your last webcam, it was like the most narrow lens for some reason. I've never seen a narrower lens on a webcam. Looked really flat and bad.
It was 720p too. It wasn't even that 1080. You know,
it wasn't even that 1080. Yeah, maybe that's part of it. The man with the plan, Tony Harrop, is on the show today. Tony, how the fuck are you, brother?
I'm well.
Wow, I'm shocked. I am shocked, frankly. I am shocked, Frank.
Doing pretty well.
Nice,
to be honest. So,
to be honest, if I got to be honest, radical. Listen, every week we get together to catch up on the latest in video games, current events, movies, music, anything, all that shit, and also our own lives. We're besties. We've been besties forever. I was just on TikTok Live this morning. I was telling folks about the show. I'm going to try and do that more. Also got another podcast coming called Jaded. And I want to just have like a little podcast empire. That's what I want to do. You know, like a little cooperative podcast empire. Like build this shit up, you know, and make other pods. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we could help some folks in our Discord make a sister pod to this one. And that type of shit. And things of that nature. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You know what I mean? Do that. You can follow us on Spotify if you're not already doing so you don't miss a single episode. We're also on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, and you can join our Discord as well. We hang out there all the time playing Halo Infinite. There's a thriving community celebrating the Gripple Stevensverse lore and disseminating its values and principles. You can also follow us on Twitter at WokenBokePod. That's WOKENBOKE pod. And Instagram, Woke and Boke Podcast. To get updates on the podcast every week. And reach out to our Gmail, WokenBokePodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, and suggestions, and we will read them on the show. And links to all of these are listed in the show description. Gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the goddamn pod.
Hello.
Thank you.
I watched a film this week. I know last week we talked quite a bit about superhero movies But I have to say,
the butt man.
That I didn't see. I haven't seen that yet.
You haven't seen it still?
No. But you guys can talk
based on
about
what you
it.
were saying. You had seen it. Okay.
No. It's funny. I watched a different superhero movie. And it wasn't something that I would like recommend. Like it was like an amazing movie, but it inspired a lot of thoughts and it was very interesting to me as someone who, Tony, you've seen it, The Eternals.
Oh, all right.
You know, you've seen it. I know you probably came on. We had a whole episode actually where I think you talked about it. I think it's called the Paternals, like Peter, Pretoria. And I gotta say that shit was kind of interesting. It was really different than all the other Marvel movies, actually, I thought. The visuals were way different. Like, and also it's not as like hokey as the other Marvel movies where everyone's like a hot, like, hey, it's me, Black Widow. I'm cool. You know me. Like that smug, like, you know who I am. Yeah. Like it's a bunch of randoms that you don't know about. And they're all like way more powerful than the Avengers, which is very interesting. They're like immortal. And one of them is literally Superman. Yeah. He can fly and he has laser vision and like can beat the fuck out of demons and monsters and shit. And I just thought like about how we talk about DC and Marvel and how you were like DC kind of treats them as gods versus Marvel treats them like they're you know, they're your friends. Yeah. And I thought this director, Chloe Zhao, actually did a really good job of like combining those two elements and then adding her own style to it. The camera's always like right up close to the action. And like when someone flies over here, the camera like goes with them. Like it almost feels like you're physically getting flung around with the action versus a Marvel movie where it's just like basic coverage of shit. The scenes are not filmed very interestingly. And yeah, I don't know. I just thought if you've seen Marvel movies and you're like, oh, there's nothing interesting about these, go see Eternals. Like it's actually, don't go see it. It's on Disney Plus, but you know, it's like, it starts with that credit scroll, which is like very like 70s, 80s vibes. Like that a Marvel movie would straight start with like a slow scroll, like Blade Runner or Dune or something. And then, I don't know, I kind of liked the history side of it. Like I liked how...
I agree with that, but the movie should have been more of that. It should have been like showing them throughout history, you know? But instead it was kind of like, I don't know, they kind of glossed over that stuff. And then it was a lot of, I don't know, stuff in the present day that was a little bit more Middingshire. Like, like it could have been like showing them like doing insanely dope like battle scenes like in, you know, Roman times and Egyptian times and like it's like a similar thing of what Loki did wrong, because he's like, that show was like about time traveling space cops and they just like didn't, like it was right there for them and they, I don't know, just in my opinion, did the wrong, focus on the wrong stuff.
Max, I feel like you would almost like this movie, like
The Eternals.
Yeah, I think you would like throw it on. It's like very trippy too. It's a trippy ass.
Yeah,
movie.
The Vigi Stimmy is high.
Oh my god, that Vigi Stimmy is crazy.
Yeah,
the Vigi is stimulus.
I did think the bad guy was like the CGI bad guy.
Yeah,
I didn't like him. I thought he looked terrible.
I did not like him
throughout the whole. Yeah,
someone did make a good point that it's like, why did they build that up like he was going to be the main villain that they were going to have to fight, and then it's like Angelina Jolie just like slices him up in like one scene. But I actually kind of liked how the deviants were depicted. Like they're like these like tentacly fucking like alien demon beasts. I kind of liked that. And that guy's name is like Core or something like that, and that's apparently like a deviant, the deviant leader in the comic books or something like that. The other thing is like, there's not a lot of Eternals comics. It's a bunch of reissues of the same like short story. You know, there's not like a arc to it. There's not like hundreds of issues of a story. It's usually like a 7 to 8 issue, or if anything, like a couple year issues. story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't. So I don't know. I like where they're going. I honestly hope the Marvel shit becomes more spacey and galactic. The way they have like the Celestials as these like giant titans and shit. I thought that was cool. But I think what just impressed me so much was just how weird and different it was. You know, like, it's funny you mentioned Vigi Stimmy. You know, that Ready Player One movie. I went over to my old apartment where Grant and Maxwell live, and they bought a Fire Stick TV flatty that's like 55 inches, and that bitch is clean, and it's like less than 400. And it's like a big ass TV. It's a Fire TV, like a Fire TV, not Samsung or anything like that. Like, it's an Amazon Fire Stick TV, and this TV was solid, man. And we were watching. It was so funny. We went from watching Ready Player One to Midnight in Paris with Owen Wilson. And we finished that movie, actually. But yeah, we watched like the first half of Ready Player One, and it was just like, dude, that movie is fucking actually insane. Like, visually, that movie is insane.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, crazy. And
yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's funny, like, criticizing any movie like that. When like artists, you know, poured like hundreds of hours into like, you know, animating and rendering like all those insane 3D, because like most of that movie was just CGI, right? Like, probably like
quite a bit of it. I mean,
70% of it.
I mean, honestly, like,
maybe
it's a well-directed movie. Like, it's still Steven Spielberg. It's still Steven Spielberg. No, I was tripping my nutsack, but I mean, rewatching it, I'm like, no, this is still a pretty solid movie.
It, yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I just thought that, like, I like movies that at least take risks when they're big visual feasts, you know, like they actually take risks and they're weird. And I thought Eternals was like that. And it's funny because like Eternals, a lot of that shit is on location. All those beach scenes, those scenes where they're in like the Amazon, all that shit's on location. They're really filming that shit. And they're really using like daylight and just it's a different look. She's very inspired by a director named Terrence Malick, who did like Tree of Life and Days of Heaven, I think it's called, and like Badland or whatever that movie. Like he's done The Thin Red Line. He's done these movies where they're shot amazingly. Like they're shot with like they're almost every scene is shot during magic hour, which is like the last 20 minit's of daylight that exists. Yeah. And it's like they only shot it during that time.
Wow.
And so she emulates that. And it's like, you ever seen The Revenant?
Yeah, of course.
Like, it's that style of cinematography where it's like very natural looking low light. It's like she combines that with like action where motherfuckers are punching someone and then it flies over there, but it feels like such a wide lens. It feels like you're really there. And then like, I don't know, like there's that scene where the fucking monster's like bashing the fuck out of Icarus on the ground and he's like, like his lasers are going off and his like head's getting, and it feels like you're like 3 inches away from it when it's happening. And there's like no music. It's just very like, it's just a very intense, brutal cinematic sequence. I don't know, man. If y'all are sick of fucking like dumbass Marvel movies like Black Widow or just Middingshire the Ninth, go peep Eternals. But let's get into the real motherfucking topic of the pod. I have not seen it.
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm going. Trust me, bro.
I don't want to spoil anything.
I don't care.
You don't care? All right.
I mean, don't like spoil it, but like you can talk about shit that happens or what you liked about it. Like I don't care. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
It's Batman. Like I've
it's the Batman.
I saw Dark Knight in theaters. I don't ever need to see another Batman movie that's like I mean, I will, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna feel like I missed out if you're like, dude, the Riddler fucking gives him riddles. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, all right, cool. It's a Batman story. Like I know how the Batman story. It's not, but
yeah, I got you.
But I am going to this week. I get paid probably Monday. I'm gonna just like, however many days in advance I need to buy the ticket because it's sold out everywhere. This is going to be the highest grossing film of the. Oh my god,
that's crazy!
Everywhere, dude. There was a 10 a.m. screening on Saturday. You couldn't get a seat.
Wow, no shit.
Yeah, dude, it's sold out everywhere. This is going to be the highest grossing movie of the year, hands down.
That's hands
down. Easily,
hands down. Everyone's going to see this shit. It's fucking viral. It's a phenomenon. Robert Pattinson's career is going fine, even though it already has been. But
he's
been crushing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. He was. I feel like he had a reputation for doing like, not blockbuster movies, and was kind of doing, honestly more like a Daniel Radcliffe type route where he was in like a teen house movie, and but now he's like A-list, obviously, in the biggest movie.
I mean, he's always been A-list. He was like during the Twilight years, he was like Brad Pitt basically in terms of tabloid coverage.
Certainly, yeah. But now, I guess he kind of fell off the radar for a little bit.
Yeah,
and now he's obviously back.
134 million first weekend.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, dude. That's like Star Wars.
Yep.
Jesus. And that's in a fucking pandemic, technically, still, some places. Not even really, but gas prices, I guess, now. That's a new pandemic. But
I bet it gets to 2 billion.
I am going to I bet it at least cracks $1 billion for sure. If it's still 130 in its first weekend.
We'll definitely do $1 billion, I think. Yeah. But like
that, and we're gonna get sequels to this. I mean, this is probably going to be a trilogy based on the success of this shit. And Matt Reeves, man, those Planet of the Apes movies are solid, dog. I mean, those are fire. That's why I know this movie's going to be good. In fact, let me pull up Matt Reeves. But yeah, so what I was saying is I haven't seen it yet, but however many days in advance it requires, like I am going to 100% go see this in IMAX by myself.
I want to see it in IMAX.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fully just rip it. But yeah, man, talk to me. What was it like? How did you guys feel about it? What was dope about it? What did you feel? What are your thoughts?
I think the best superhero movie since Endgame, for sure. Just like not even a contest.
A lot of people are saying this is the best superhero movie ever made. Some serious heavy hitter nerds are saying that.
I mean, there's no like definitive way to say that, but like I'm not really gonna fight someone to death over saying that. Like it's honestly like I could see someone, especially if you're a Batman fan, like it really nailed exactly what I felt like a Batman movie should be. Like it wasn't like Nolan Batman feels like a Nolan movie, cinematography and like
right.
This like it nailed the look of Gotham, right? Like it looked like the Gotham games, the Batman games, like when they start going into Gotham outside of the asylum and stuff. And the score is like perfect, the Nirvana, the main theme, like the vibe was on point. And I think those were the best things that it had going for it, for sure.
Max, what did you think about it? When did you see it?
I saw it like a week ago today, I think.
Yeah, you guys saw it like after the pod last week, I think, right?
Yeah, I saw it on Sunday.
Yeah,
last Sunday.
It was good, man. I really liked it. The performances were really solid. It was really fucking long.
I've heard it slogs in the middle chunk,
but that's fine.
Honestly, I thought it had like 5 endings. That was more of what it was.
It like kept faking you
not
out.
So much the middle, but it kept me.
A 3-hour movie always does that, man. Any movie that's even The Irishman, you think The Irishman's ending like 6 different times.
Yeah,
yeah. No, but it kept me engaged, at least for me.
Yeah,
I was awake.
I thought the action was fucking sick. Robbie Patty was great. Zoe Kravitz was great. Yeah, a couple snoozable moments in there.
Sure.
But yeah, man, I think like I don't know. It's like you get better performances from the heroes in this one than you do the villains. I feel like
John Turturro, right? He was Falcone.
Yeah, John Turturro was wild.
He was good.
That was crazy to see him.
Colin
guess-
Farrell, I liked his Penguin.
I guess I should say I liked that was Colin Farrell.
That's the Penguin, yeah. Young Pengy?
What?
Yeah, it's a crazy role for him. It's like the most nuts role he's ever taken.
I did not piece that together. Holy shit.
He's gonna be
it's like a hot guy is playing the Penguin for the first time in history, probably.
Doesn't even look like him.
HBO Max spin-off series about the Penguin.
Yeah,
They
it doesn't
are?
even
That
No way.
specifically. Yeah.
Man, stop with the goddamn spin-offs, man. Get that shit out of here.
Just make an HBO, just make a Batman show.
Just make a good
Right?
fucking movie and then move on. Stop with this dripping, fucking milking bullshit. Like that fucking suicide. Peacemaker out now. It's like, dude, just fucking make good movies, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Well,
I think a
Batman
show
is better served as a show.
Imagine telling
I
someone in
prefer
like the fucking 90s, like, yeah, I'm streaming the new Penguin show on Hulu. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, it's like, there's like a multiverse. It's the 9th Batman series, and Penguin has his own HBO show. It's like, what are you fucking talking about, dude? HBO?
It's Young Penguin. It's like a spin-off.
Yeah, it's like how Penguin, like,
Young Pengles.
just like became the Penguin. It's like
his rise to.
They're like, what do you mean? You mean like the Danny DeVito, like
No, Colin Farrell.
No, it's Colin Farrell. It's like the guy from SWAT is the Penguin. It's like, it's true, he was in SWAT. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like does not even remotely look like him.
Yeah,
It's like, you know that guy from Twilight? He's Batman, actually. It's like, yeah.
He's Batman.
No,
He's Batman.
one of the things about the movie I really liked was it like somehow nailed like a simultaneously like kind of high tech Batman with like a low tech Batman. Like he had his like muscle car, but he also had these contact lenses that were cameras, and he could like put them on a thing and see everything that he recorded. You know, he like
That's
has
so
Catwoman wear them at one point. You know,
I'd let Catwoman wear my flesh, frankly. She could wear my head as a hat, frankly.
So that was really cool to see his tech. Like, I don't know, he was like still like, you know, a little amateur, but like, you know, yeah, I don't know. It was really cool. He interacts like with the police like openly. Like he walks into crime scenes like they're kind of sussy about him, but like
he's kind of a sussy Boke in a way. They're kind of sussy.
Gordon
Pitching
is
the movie like, and Batman walks into the crime scene sometimes, and they're a little sussy about it, to be honest. And they're like, "Hold on, can you stop the pitch real quick? What did you just say?" He's kind of a sussy Boke. Do you guys watch anime?
And Jeffrey Wright's like, he's cool. Like, you know, he's Gordon. He was a good Gordon. You know, I liked him.
Jeffrey Wright is Gordon. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I didn't like him as much as Gary Oldman, but he was still really good.
Gary Oldman is. I'll always think of Gary Oldman as.
Yeah, I knew they were coming. Yeah.
They knew we were coming. It's like, you're from Gotham,
I
aren't you?
knew they were coming.
It's like, I'm from Scotland, Gotham. You fucking cunt.
Jeffrey Wright will be starring in the Gotham PD HBO Max spinoff.
So you're making these up. Please tell me you're just making these up.
No.
That sounds like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for this shit.
It is that. They're like, oh, wait, Marvel's been doing this for... I mean, I guess they've been doing it on CW, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it all goes to the same place, but...
I'll say about Zoe Kravitz what I said about Meg Thee Stallion. I would let her drop a grand piano on my head from a 10-story building, thus causing my head and neck to bounce around in an accordion-like fashion. That's the type of girl you really just want to take out like a giant frying pan and smash on top of your own head so that it goes through your head and then a silhouette of a shape of your head is put into the frying pan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bash yourself in the face with a rolling pin. That's kind of my vibe.
Certainly. She was cool in it. I don't know.
Yeah, Max, was Zoe Kravitz hot in the movie?
Of course.
You would know.
Does she ever get out of that cat suit? You know what I'm talking about? I'm just kidding.
No, unfortunately.
But does she? No.
I'm just kidding. But does she?
3 hours?
There is a scene where Batman's like creeping on her. He's got like binocs and he's like watching her in her apartment and she's like getting undressed and then she puts on the cat suit and she's in regular clothes.
Going like that. With spread eagle. He's like, this is hot. This is fire. Alfred, record this. Absolutely, sir.
Okay, let's start. Yeah, things I didn't
Andy
like.
Serkis is Alfred, apparently, right?
I didn't. I mean, he did fine, but like, he's such a miscast Alfred. It's like they refuse to cast someone that looks like Alfred in the comics in like 13 movies now.
Jeremy Strong. That's fucking from Succession. Yeah, Jeremy Irons. Dude, it's like
he's
remember when Ben Affleck was
like
going to direct
Alfred.
when Ben Affleck was going to be Batman for like several movies, and it's just like no, just 2 movies, and you're done.
Mm-hmm. No, he's
so funny.
Like Andy Serkis is like a 5'8", like
he looks like he would play like
a
bare knuckle boxer before he would play Alfred,
which is not and he's like 30 years older than Bruce, or like 40 years older. He should be like 80.
No, that's the thing about the Nolan movies is they're perfectly cast. You have Christian Bale, who's an American Psycho, already played like a rich like bro.
Right.
You have Michael Caine playing Alfred. You have fucking Gary Oldman playing Commissioner Gordon. You have fucking what's his face playing Falcone. You have fucking Liam Neeson playing Ra's al Ghul. Heath Ledger is the Joker. Fucking that one guy,
Cillian
Murphy as the Scarecrow. I mean, shit is just amazing.
That's fine. I don't know. This one, I feel like it may be as rewatchable though as Dark Knight and Batman Begins for sure.
Yeah.
Like it, I don't know. Yeah,
seems like it's going to be considered a classic. People are raving about it. I've heard a lot of great shit.
It's easily the best DC movie since Dark Knight, right?
Yeah. I feel like if you're Zack Snyder, you're fucking pissed right now.
Yeah,
you're like annoyed. Like
this guy jacked my steez.
This guy just made a good Batman movie like it was easy.
Right.
Well, that's because
after we've had fucking way too many goddamn Batman movies.
Yeah. Well, it's because he finally did it like the way Batman's supposed to. No offense to like Nolan, but like his is like a Nolanized take on Batman,
Yeah.
But this is like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, it just nailed it for me. Like,
no, it seems like it's Batman completely the same as the comic book shit. Mm-hmm. Like Batman Year One type shit. Mm-hmm. That's I love Batman Year One, honestly. I think that's one of the best comic books fucking ever made.
It is. It's really good.
I think Frank Miller. It's just incredible. Just incredible.
Year One, Long Halloween. They took stuff from some of the, not all the classics, but a lot of the classics.
Mm-hmm. Batman Year One is just like, if you guys haven't read Batman Year One, it's like it's the origin story of Batman done in a gritty style, and it's like the blueprint for this shit. And it's just amazing.
And Dark Knight Returns is like what turned Batman like dark, Before that, he was like super Adam Westy,
Yeah.
That and Watchmen, those like all together turned graphic novels kind of dark and gritty, and that's what led into the 90s and like stuff being super dark and gritty and like Spawn and stuff coming out.
Oh yeah, big time.
Big time.
Dark Knight Returns is also one of my favorite just Batman costumes styles. Like the big,
that's
fat
what Ben Affleck's
bat
was
on the chest. Yeah.
That's why I love Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was like a perfect like cartoony Batman that could like realistically be depicted in a world with like Superman and Wonder Woman and all, all that. This one, Reeves
it's the Batman
said that
universe.
They say it's not connected. There's not going to have any Superman or any extended DC in it, which is cool because like Batman can be either.
Yeah,
it can be
absolutely.
its own thing. It's like he's got enough characters to be his own entire, thing. So
yeah, dude, pretty true, pretty accurate.
It'd be really cool if he can, in a sequel or the third one, manage to nail like a Robin in this universe or a Nightwing.
Yeah, that would be
like,
cool. Robin's never gotten justice ever.
It'd be hard to do because it's such like a comic-y, cartoony thing. When you think about it, like his character in this movie.
Like the Batman thing on its own. It's like cool. He's dark. He's a bat. He fucking lives in the shadows. And then Robin's just like, bright red, yellow, green. With a cape,
it's really cool right now though because it's like they have the current Robin is his son Damian Wayne, who is. His son that he had with Talia al Ghul, like Ra's al Ghul's daughter. Right. So he's not only Ra's al Ghul's grandson, but he's Batman's son.
It's funny though, like, if you look up the Wikipedia for Damian Wayne, he's just doing the had to do it to him. Fucking
what?
He's doing the had to do it to him stance. Literally, just look up Damian Wayne on Wikipedia. Apparently, he's in Umbrella Academy, Damian Wayne.
What? That's not DC.
See Umbrella Academy's Aidan Gallagher as DCEU's Damian Wayne. Oh,
yeah,
I guess
Damian
Wayne
like a fan art thing or like a fan casting thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I saw something about Timothée Chalamet being Robin.
That would be interesting. I would not.
He could be Damian, or he could be Dick Grayson. Which would be cool because then he could be Nightwing eventually.
That'd be funny to just call him Dick. It'd be funny.
It'd be funny, yeah. Or Jason Todd, who becomes Red Hood, and then you have even the Robin after that, Tim Drake. A lot of Robins.
Apparently,
and
Jason
then
Todd's
Damian comes after that
in a show. Titans. Jason Todd is in Titans. Apparently,
yeah.
But I mean, all those shows
they all are
garbage.
I haven't watched that. Or I've seen like a few episodes, but it feels kind of like slightly above CW quality, kind of,
Yeah, that shit's
so it's like, yeah.
Midable's the 9th. Cool. Let's take this pod question from our email.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is a long one. I like it. Okay. This comes from Shane. Say hi to Shane, guys.
Hi, Shane.
He goes, "Dear my fellow Scotty Jimbles."
Wow.
What a warm reception. What a warm salutations that is.
I feel loved.
Let me get some water before I read this.
For the first time. Sip of water, hit a DH.
DH. Okay. Dear my fellow Scotty Jimbles, what's good? I've been listening to your podcast for a minute since Connor was constantly telling people to check out the pod on TikTok and have been hooked ever since. You guys make my workday much more enjoyable and I really appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing. I have a topic that might be interesting to you guys for the pod. There's this creative writing project that's been going on for I believe a year or two called the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park. It's quite a name. It's amazing work of world building, creative writing, and design. I'll link it below. The general premise is that in the 1970s, a giant superorganism was found living in the earth in West Texas, and was then exploited and turned into a national park, and has a cosmic horror Lovecraft type vibe to it. There's a giant bacteria and monster and shit. It's told through national park maps, brochures, letters, and is done with extreme detail and care. And I believe it's just a one-man operation, so it's pretty impressive. It has some cool themes about consumerism and the dangers of fucking with nature, because it will fuck back. But I thought you guys would be interested to check it out, especially Tony, because I know graphic design is his jam. Also, I just want to say that Scott Jim is the most insane name ever, and I was fucking crying laughing thinking about a dude having that diabolical of a name. It's terrifying. Anyways, love the pod. Looking forward to the next one. He linked to that site there, and he said, I just walk in with it. Tell me. As a sign off. As a
Fire.
Sincerely. Shane, thank you. That is really interesting. It's random. I wonder if Shane's the one behind it. I'm going to click on this.
I got a little confused. I was like, wait, what does that have to do with graphic design?
I don't know, but this is pretty fucking amazing. Just looking at it from first glance. Oh, it's a Tumblr. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that, Shane. I think you would dig that, Tony.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I got you.
And we appreciate the love. Absolutely.
Wow. Hell yeah.
This is pretty cool. I mean, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like really well designed shit, honestly.
I just working with the Taliban.
I just working with the
and also
Taliban.
that.
Yeah, that's really true.
Oh, I gotta piss real quick.
Mystery Flesh Pit.
Southern Bronx.
Well, I'm in Texas. Maybe I just got to go walk over there.
Yeah, dude. Southern Bronchial Forest. This is insane. This is a real graphic design project for sure.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Typography
Mystery Flesh Pit National Park.
It's clean. Indeed.
Geotectonic carnal moans, broken philosophy, backcountry hiking, and that's funny. But yeah, man.
Mystery Flesh Pit.
That's some neat stuff, I'll tell you.
I was wondering if I could slide into your mystery flesh pit.
Jeez, I was wondering. Are you experiencing any pain from these gas prices, Tony?
No, not yet, really. I mean,
you don't have to drive anywhere that far, do you?
I live a mile from work.
I live a mile from work, and
live a mile from
there's no traffic because it's just like a giant desert. So that's 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then the gym is like 3-4 miles away.
Alpha Land.
Alpha Land.
Now we're in Alpha Land, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Have you been playing any more shit on your PC, by the way?
Just Halo and COD. I'm gonna get Elden Ring, probably.
You've been playing COD on the PC?
Oh yeah.
How's it been working for you?
Amazing.
Really? Nice. Do you use controller?
I have not started committing 100% to mouse and keyboard.
A lot. I mean, you don't
It's
ever
hard.
have to if you don't want to. There's no reason to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But
I don't. No.
I mean, it's like. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm saying, like, you're not gonna, like, Joe, for example, is a fucking maniac, and he just streams with a controller.
I mean, dude, my buddy Nightshade, he plays on PS4 with a controller and is a god. So It's like I have the wider field of view. Doesn't matter what I use. It's like, It's just about being cracked.
It's just about being cracked.
It's just about getting cracked, being cracked, staying cracked.
You're cracked? Yeah, that's cool. So because I miss playing Warzone, but it was just all those problems with my shit made me like when I bought Black Ops. I bought Black Ops for PC like only a couple months after it had released. When I first got my PC, and it was just like, God damn, like I don't know. Maybe they optimized that shit for Warzone.
Have you tried Warzone recently? Because
no,
I don't have any skipping problems like you have, and I feel like you have as good a stuff as I do, right?
Yeah, I mean your graphics card's better, but that's about it. It's just a difference in chip. Like I have a Ryzen, you have an i7, I think, right?
Gotcha.
So it's just a different, little
Totally
different setup. But no, my shit's mad powerful. I mean, but I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim. Like I just like, I honestly just like, you know, playing older games at just a really solid fucking
Fallout.
Yeah, like maybe I'll start a Fallout save file today and just like do like a science fucking build, or like do just like a guns build where it's just like I'm really good at just
gonna
shit.
focus on guns.
Yeah, I'm playing Skyrim right now, and I beat the College of Winterhold quest, and I became the Archmage of College of Winterhold, and you get like this mask and the Archmage's outfit, and your magicka restores so fast. That game is so fucking enormous. It's insane. Like
which one? 4?
Skyrim.
Oh, Skyrim. Oh, okay.
Like literally, I've played fucking how many hours of that game have I played?
5.
At least that, bro.
If not 5.5.
I've played 60 hours of it. And I'm not even like barely 20% through all the shit you can do in the game. 60 hours, dog.
Where? In what game?
So it's at least 300 hours.
I was telling Tony, I beat this College of Winterhold level, but now I can go do the Thieves Guild, which is like a whole nother giant fucking like quest arc. And these are side quests. It's not even the main quest. Like, I have so much. I feel like I've played the game like enough that I'm like I've beaten the game. Like, you know, when you just feel like you've like after College of Winterhold, I was like, damn, what do I do? Like, do I do a whole nother one? Like, you almost get like worn out because it's like, damn, there's just so much to do. You almost like you're like I don't know. You're like, that's enough.
I've been having that with Elden Ring where I'm just like, damn, I do not know what to do because there's so much to do.
Yeah, that's why I never finished any. Like, that's why I never used to finish RPGs because there's just so much to do. Or I would just play the main story and miss all the side quests because that at least like had direction to it. So,
yeah,
the only games I've ever 100%ed like that is Arkham Asylum and Arkham City and BioShock Infinite, I would say, and the Halos.
I mean, BioShock Infinite is a pretty linear story. There's not like a bunch of different things you can do.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
You're saying games that you've just completed?
Just like 100% did everything I possibly could, you know, like kind of, yeah, got every achievement, like back on the 360.
Yeah.
They have that on PlayStation too. Oh, Spider-Man. I did that too. I would say, I mean, probably close to like, maybe like 95%, but I feel like I played the shit out of it for sure. When was that? Was that 2018?
Skyrim?
No, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man came out.
Sorry,
when did Spider-Man come out? Skull Guy. Maybe 2018?
17, 18?
17, 18? 17?
I was very hyped for that when it dropped, and I don't know. It definitely delivered, I feel like, pretty well.
Yeah.
But it was not the perfect game. Like, the perfect one has all the major Spider-Man villains.
I can't wait to play Skull Guy again next Christmas, frankly.
Yeah, 100%. You think I'm not looking forward to that?
Dude, we got to get those orange boys. I'm telling you, man. We got to get Max. We got, like, that shit. What?
I sent the alert out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like recently?
The bell's been rung, yeah. Like
the torch of Rohan has been lit. Yeah, I like we have to do the double dose of that. I mean, that was what I'm telling you. Like the shit I sent you, Matt. Like Tony, don't like back me up. The shit I sent you guys.
I asked Max if you saw that. I don't know what you call them. The eternal structures.
Yeah, like the fractal thing. Yeah, that's what shit looked like. I swear to Christ. Like you would look at like your own hand and it would be that shit. Wow. Like everything had that on the surface. It just had this like infinite detail. You'd be looking at like the countertop and you're just like, wow. Or like you're fucking your pizza that you're getting at. Dude, remember when we took that pizza out of I know we've said this like 8 times, but we took a pizza out of the oven and literally it was like, it felt like like I was in an airplane looking down at like a field. That's like the perspective fuck up that you would get. Cause you could like in that video, you know how like it zooms in on it and it just keeps going and going and going. Like that's what you can do if you stare at something too long. Like it just goes. It's like, God, I love acid, dude. God damn, shit is so fire, man.
It's pretty great.
It's a neat thing.
Yeah, I feel like that. For what we were talking about, and this is like a good thing to I think cap off the show with is like. Like genuinely, I do think it has made me like have so much better perspective on life and just feel way less frustrated with shit and just kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the first time you do it, it's like it blows your fucking mind. Like because the first time I did it, it was like, wow, this is crazy.
Sort of overwhelmed by the intensity of the change in
perception,
how you feel.
Yeah, because there's a you've either experienced it or you haven't type shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's like, yeah, man, it's like breaking through a wall of perception, the doors of perception. You know, it's wild. Because I remember the first time we did it was 2017. That was such a huge summer for me. Because I'd broken up with somebody and then did acid with Tony and then also went to Seabrook, which was just, dude, when you just go on vacation and you're just like there at the ocean, that shit is literally repairing your mind, like your mental health.
Yeah.
Just being in nature, getting sun on you and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, fucking... I just the impact that had when I was just like amazed by it. I was just like stupefied. It came on so strong, but it was incredible, dude. Like, and that wasn't even a visual trip at all. It was just the mental.
Mm-hmm. For the most part,
yeah. It was just crazy.
It was the mental.
I love tripping balls, bro. I just love it.
It is pretty great.
Where you're just like, my mind is a shifting Rubik's Cube of fucking, like, it's just like, it feels like you're an alien, honestly. It feels like you're it feels like you're really like a celestial being. It feels like you feel in touch with the universe, with the infiniteness of everything. You feel in touch with the infinity. That's what it is.
Well, I think at the end of the day, it's like whatever is in it causes whatever creates your ego to die. And you become less concerned with things that truly don't matter. You know, at the end of the day. What would you call them? Superfluous or no, not superfluous. Like,
yeah, just shit that doesn't matter. And it's what's cool is that it doesn't do that by like dulling your consciousness. It does it by expanding it infinitely. And you just realize that like, oh, the universe is this fucking big. That's what was crazy, man. Is like, how does something like LSD, how does that give you, because like to me, how I would describe it is you feel like you understand the infinite nature of all energy and everything. Like you just have that awareness and you feel part of that. You feel that conscious of everything like that. That in tune with everything like that. So what's wild is that a drug can give you the perspective like you're seeing all of outer space and everything when you've never been to outer space. You've never, you know what I mean? Like you've never observed, it's impossible for us to actually observe the infinite aspect of the universe. But on that shit, I swear to God, you understand it. You feel it. Like you just are aware of it. And that is what makes me think about how consciousness is related to matter itself and how like we are the energy that makes up all matter, which matter is just chemicals in a state for a short period of time. It's always changing. Everything changes constantly. Nothing stays, literally all energy, every piece of matter is a chemical reaction, chemical change happening at all times. And you realize that, like, you don't have to go to outer space to understand that your consciousness is literally part of this, like, everything is connected to each other. So it's just like, it's just this infinite layer that is a whole thing of just like consciousness and matter and time and space. And it's all just like one net of consciousness. You're not separate from anything. You're connected to everything. Like, that is what's crazy, that drug can tap into that frequency that's in your mind just through the chemical reaction it has. That's insane. Think about that. Like,
it kind of,
it's like magical. It's like spiritual. It's like, wow, this is like a god drug.
What that guy was saying in that video you sent me about DMT, where he's like, when you go all the way with it, do 3 hits or whatever he was saying,
3 or 4, yeah.
You go to like it feels like you've died and like you've gone to like
a different dimension.
Whatever you have been, taught your whole, whatever your mind already perceives the afterlife to be, that could be what your mind is perceiving. So it could be that on acid, that's also what your mind is perceiving,
The other thing I know too,
the infiniteness of space, what we imagine it to be, or what we thought it to be.
You know what's funny too is, like, I can think about something that gives me anxiety that would normally spin me, like, even if I'm in an anxious mood, not like if I'm in an actively anxious mood, but if I'm chilling and having a good time and suddenly the trip gets introspective and I start thinking about something and I'm like, oh man, I feel bad about that about myself or something like that. The drug itself makes those observations more potent, but at the same time, you move on from them emotionally so much faster. You don't fixate on shit, really. It's so much easier to not fixate on shit. It's so much easier to internally just kind of get closure with it. You know what I mean? Like, just with the perspective. Like, I actually ate, I realized I ate a little psilocybin chocolate last night that Grant gave me while we were hanging out.
Just realizing right now.
And like in the middle of the night, like, I was fixating on some it's completely bullshit. Like, you just get like, you just overthink about something that's just completely, and it's bullshit, but it's just like, because you have an ego, or because it's like, I don't know, my personality, sometimes it's hard for me to let go that I've done something wrong. But you need to not have an ego when you do something wrong. You need to just like learn from it and move on. It doesn't help to fixate on it. Right. It
happened. And
you're not a bad person because it happened. It's just like, there's a million reasons why it happened, but you're not a bad person. It's just something you blah, blah, blah.
Well, it depends on what you did.
It's very minor. It's not. It's nothing.
So some things.
No.
Some things.
Like, I murdered somebody, and it's like, you just gotta move on.
It's like I went up and slapped a random woman in the face, and it's like, you're not a bad person.
It's like, there's so many reasons beyond my control why I did that. No. But and I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh shit. But I just like with the drugs, you just absorb whatever it is. You're just like, all right, let me just love it and account for it, and just not love it and like obsess over it and cultivate it, but you just take it exactly for what it is, and you process it, and then you're chilling. And it's like the drugs allow you to move on from shit more. And I feel like that's why they're so medicinal in terms of trauma and shit like that, because so much of this shit where our minds are like trauma and we have anxiety and shit like that, so much of that shit is literally just like our human ability to fixate on things. And once you can kind of dull that a little bit or get that more in control with perspective, the better.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's tough to not fixate on things. It's tough to have self-control too.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's like one thing that like, but I was hoping maybe it could help me out with is self-control. Like, oh, you don't need to go be buying as many fucking energy drinks as you do. Or
I think it has. I think it has for you.
I don't know. I feel like I still buy a lot of energy drinks.
Well, sure.
That's just
so do I.
One example.
I also just like don't work. It's hard for me to work out consistently over time because if I go home or I get busy with a project like I am now, it's like it's hard to just at bare minimum have that all the time. You know what I mean? Especially when you're just doing it by yourself. But I feel like I'm way more disciplined than I was in the past, and that's all that matters. Is like I actually do work out when I feel anxious, or I'll eat something healthy just to feel good. Like that's a really good relation with those healthy habits. It's not like an all or nothing thing where it's like, all right, I'm going to just eat healthy, or like I'm just going to work out all the time. And it's like you do that for a month and then you stop and then you
burn yourself out.
Yeah. And it's like I at least have had longer stretches of time where I've continued to do that than in the past. And it's something I'm more and more focused and conscious on and care about. And it's like, that's all you got to worry about is, has your self-control improved? Like, could you go a stretch of time, denying yourself this? You probably could way easier now than maybe in the past. So I think you and I both have benefited. I think it benefits everything we're trying to do, our creativity, our mental health. I feel like the way we treat other people, and I think it's like so powerful to not have ego. It's actually like you're a god if you don't have ego. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm just getting more and more, I'm training more and more and more through, self-reflection and through the drugs also, but also just like general life perspective to just get rid of it more and more and more and more, because you can actually be such a more effective person and grow so much faster if you don't have ego. Like, and it's funny because when you see people who have ego, who it's like knee jerk, their ego kicks in when they feel like they're overly defensive or whatever. Like you see,
narcissistic.
Sure.
I can now like
insecure.
I didn't really know what that word meant before, but now I can see specific like examples of it, Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is like that specific thing.
Yeah. And it's like the less ego you have, the fucking more helpful to the world you can be, because it's not about you at the end of it. It's like you gotta enjoy your life and realize that this is like a limited thing. It's not going to last forever. And, everyone else is in the same boat, and there's a lot of people like way worse off than you. So like, all this worldly shit is going to end. So don't like get wrapped up in the fucking, the narcissism of it all yet. But no, 100%. I think it's helped. I think it helps everyone. These, honestly, I'll just call them medicines, frankly. And I think, I hope that they're studied more and more and more, because I think
doctors prescribe way more addictive shit than acid.
Oh my God. All those anxiety pills and shit, Xanax and shit. Shit just dulls your brain. But anyways, love you fellas. I don't know why I got voice crack there. But yeah, man. I'm not sure what y'all are up to. I'm free. I'm down to hang. But everyone listening, we appreciate the fuck out of y'all. I'd like to maybe start doing some more guests, getting some more guests going. My buddy Grant's never been on the pod.
Gotta get Grant.
Would love to get Jared back on and George back on. Marcus and Ian, of course. Our boy JP. We want to get him on an episode. Guy I follow who's really funny. He's like a fitness guy, but also he's just a funny TikToker. Gabe. Get him on. Vinny Lacosta.
My brother.
Your brother would be great. Your brother would be great.
One of the best brothers of all time.
John Harrop, one of the best. Frankly, not very hygienic guys. Kind of a dirtball, but as long as it's not in person, we can have him on. He stinks. But yeah, man. We'll have more motherfuckers on. And just hang on the Discord, y'all. Like come join our server. Help us continue to build the Gripple Stevens verse. I think we should frankly turn it into a comic book. Frankly. I could write a comic book for us of the Gripple Stevens verse, frankly. Like, I'm having so much fun with it. It's so liberating to just be that fucking dumb that I think I want to make a graphic novel. I think we should. And it starts with the birth of Scott Jim on Mars. Like, he comes out of a giant egg.
Scott Jim.
He's the beginning and end.
And you could literally do like Scott or whatever, Jason Bateman's likeness. Like, he's Dr. Manhattan. He's like, hey, I'm Scott Jim. He's like floating in Mars. Honey, I'm Scott Jim. And that echoes through the universe. Oh, Trish is calling me.
At this moment,
hold on
I'm
one
Scott
second.
Jim.
But yeah. Good episode, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Everyone listening, follow the shit, link in bio, you know.
Pooping pants.
Show some love. We love you. This is Welcome Boke, motherfucker. Peace the fuck.